Hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. In the last episode, we momentarily said goodbye to our good friend Hildebrand. Well, I say momentarily, but to be honest, it could be some time before we see him again, for he departed for worlds unknown. So, Foxy is back to her other outfit, and she's just wandering around Kugane looking for people in need, just ways she can fill her time before we move on to other things. And it seems like this gentleman over here has something to say. Oh yes, I remember this. Well, if it isn't my old rival Foxy Games. Come at last to learn from a true hunter of elite marks, have you? Forgive me if I seem overly presumptuous, being the renowned adventurer that you are. I always considered you to be a rival of sorts. A little healthy competition goes a long way in keeping one's skills sharp, you know. Aye, but a hunter ain't worth shite without a smithy to keep him armed and armored. I don't recognize either of you, but okay. You'll have to excuse him, he's never been one for social graces, but he's a damn fine hunter, and what he brings to the forge keeps me in business. Who has time for grace when game is afoot? Which reminds me, I have news of a quarry which may pique your interest. I recently came across a rather peculiar bill on the clan hunt board. Here, have a look. The bill depicts a crimson wyvern unlike anything you've ever seen. Unfortunately, further reading of the bill reveals nothing of its origins. Strange, isn't it? Not only is the drawing unabashedly crude, the bill itself lacks the formality expected of anything approved by the Centurio clan. Still, a bounty is a bounty. Before setting out, though, I thought it wise to first confirm the details of the requests, and therein lies the rub. The clansmen weren't even aware this bill had been posted. Likely the escapades of some mischievous youth, they said. But if this beast truly is out there somewhere, what manner of hunter would I be if I didn't go and find out? And from what I've been told, you're never one to back down from a chance at adventure. So how about it? Will you take up the hunt? As a matter of fact, we will. Every bit the thrill-seeker I marked you for. Glad to hear it. To make things a little more interesting, what do you say we make this a race, eh? To see who can slay it first. I'll even give you a hint to get you on your way. The beast we're after is a Rathalos. King of the Skies, they call it. From what I've gathered, it was last spotted somewhere around the Azim Steppe. You'll like to learn more if you speak with the locals at Reunion. As for me, I still need to prepare before I can head out. So consider this a head start. Good luck, Foxy, and may the best hunter win. So yes, in case you are unaware, this is a crossover event. In this case, this quest was a crossover with Monster Hunter. Another Square Enix IP, I believe? Oh, now I'm questioning. I can't remember if it was actually Square Enix. But, yes, at the time, Monster Hunter World was coming out, I think. And, they did a crossover event, where a Rathalos came into this game and a Behemoth went into Monster Hunter. So, let's go ahead and speak to everybody here. A red wyvern by the name of Rathalos? I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've heard stories of a great wyvern that slumbers in the mountains to the north, but it was not red, and most certainly does not go by that name. Still, if this Rathalos you speak of truly exists, slaying such a beast would bring great honor to my tribe. Mark my words, this beast will fall by the blade of an Orinir. Yeah, somehow I doubt it. A red wyvern named Rathalos? Oh dear. Perhaps the story I heard was true then. of a young man from the Ura clan leading a flock of Zos down from the mountains. He was making his way to Reunion when a fierce wind began to blow, a terrible howling gale which left him all but blinded. To his horror, he soon realized the deafening roar he heard was not of the wind's making. Ooh. He claims it was that of a great wyvern, which descended from on high to claim several Zos from his flock, disappearing into the sky as quickly as it came. Needless to say, he ran to Reunion with all haste, telling everyone of what had happened. But the man is a known liar and a swindler. Who would believe such a tale coming from him? Well, might be a boy who cried wolf situation this time. I love her outfit. A gargantuan red wyvern? I'm sorry, miss, but I'm not overly familiar with the comings and goings of this place. I only visit on occasion to do a small bit of business. Perhaps you should speak with the Kestier, though speak is perhaps not the right word, seeing as they do not. At any rate, you will find none more knowledgeable of the happenings in the Azim Steppe. Yeah, but how would I speak with them when they can't speak? Ugh. Upon hearing of a red wyvern, the Kestiri merchant takes on a grave expression. The Kestiri merchant points southwestward. Perhaps you will find some clue to the wyvern's whereabouts in that direction. Well, he was rather more helpful than anybody who could speak here. Seems like so long ago we were out here on the Azim Steppe. You arrive at the area of the Kestiri merchant appeared to be indicating. All you can do now is lie in wait for your prey. What's this? Oh, a hunter, and a formidable-looking one at that. Have you come to help, then? To hunt the Meowster Rathalos? A talking cat? Even though she is a talking cat. Oh, that's rich coming from you, or have you not looked in a mirror lately? I am so glad that that dialogue is like this for Mikote. I'm an apprenticed feline hunter, and I've come to this place in search of meowsters, Rathalos to be precise. But even with 9 lives I could never slay one on my own, that's why I posted that notice seeking help. There's a reason why they're often referred to as King of the Skies, after all. Some also call them fire wyverns on account of their ability to breathe fire. I feel powerful just thinking about all the hunters burned to cinders in their wake. Yes, and they roar exactly like that. Would you believe it's powerful enough to stun their prey? Oh. More interested in its prey than us. That was him! That was a Rathalos! Still willing to help, I hope? What a day, what a day! Both a Meowster and a ferocious hunter to slay it. I sure got the cream today. Let's hurry. He seemed to be heading northwest, back to the mountains. Oh, before I forget, I never did ask your name. Nice to meet you, Foxy. Now let's be off. That adorable little kitty is known as a palico. It's your constant companion in the Monster Hunter games, which I have not played much of. I tried a little bit of Monster Hunter World. At the time, my PC really couldn't handle it, so I didn't have a lot of fun with it. But maybe one day I'll pick it back up again. You know, I'll be honest, I wasn't actually intending on doing this particular quest line, but then I figured I might as well. It's interesting, it's a bit different from everything we've been doing, and well, the trial is most certainly different. You'll see why. The Rathalos is somewhere along the path. I know it. But I'm afraid you'll have to go on without me. As I am right now, I fear I'd only slow you down. Before you go, though, I insist you take these with you. When catastrophe strikes, a hunter should never be without mega potions. I don't know if you normally keep medicine on hand to treat your wounds, but I guarantee you've never had anything quite like that. When you and your friends are ready, head on in. You do have friends to help, right? 8? I thought hunters usually fight in groups of 4. Well, I suppose you know best. The Great Hunt is now accessible. We're gonna go ahead and hunt us a Rathalos, but there's a little caveat. During the battle, the Great Hunt, you will gain access to the duty action Mega Potion. Be advised that while it can be used to restore a large amount of HP, its usage is limited. Upon clearing the duty, you can claim a special reward by examining the remains of the Rathalos. Be certain to do so before leaving. We'll find out what that reward is once we've taken down the Wyvern. Here we go. It's time to beat the hell out of a big old wyvern. Now, very important, stay away from his front. There are very few actual, what the hell's the word I'm looking for? AoE indicators in this fight. You want to stay away from the tail? Okay. I'm sure I was away from it. You want to stay away from the tail and his front. He can hit you with a tail whap and breathe fire and charge at you. Like right now he's going to charge. It is almost entirely... Well, here come some animals. It is almost entirely based on telegraphs. Careful for that. He's gonna charge. This fight is This fight is absolutely about making absolutely sure that you are striking and then staying back. Every time the boss looks like he's about to do something, you want to be ready to move. Oh, I'm real glad I wasn't there. Alright. Change targets. One player jumps on top of Rathalos. And somehow we died. Somebody fucked something up there. Alright, so basically we didn't kill this stupid buffalo fast enough. Because people did not switch to it. Kill this thing. Okay, good. Now we can hide behind its corpse. Okay. Two people just fucking ate it. Now, we can no longer heal through normal means. This is where the Mega Potions come into play. Ow. Alright, I'm okay for now. I'm going to use as much mitigation as I can. As soon as Rathalos goes down, we want to pump out as much damage as possible. People are just pointing him into the group, which is just the dumbest shit. Okay, down he goes, all damage on the tail. Alright, Rathalos will now take more damage when he goes down. I'm going to use a Mega Potion. Don't be stingy, you have plenty. It's pretty safe to stay behind him now. Until he lands, anyway. Of course, if somebody's just facing the group while he's breathing fire, that's doesn't really help, does it? There are still people trying to heal. And down he goes. I was gonna tell him to limit break, but they got it. Yeah, there he goes. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter has really good music. Oh, also, don't forget to butcher Rathalos and his tail. That's a big part of Monster Hunter. Alright, we did it. I saw the whole thing. That was magnificent. You even managed to retrieve a scale from his remains. I'm impressed. I realize this is sudden, but it would mean so much to me if I could join you on more adventures. Would you accept me as your palico? It would be my pleasure. I promise to be the perfect companion. You won't regret this. And to think this is all because you saw my bill on the hunt board. Actually, I didn't. A hunter in Kugane showed it to you? Curious. Do you think we could go and pay them a visit? If not for this hunter, we never would have met. Well, we gotta tell him that we beat him anyway. Then let's be off to Kugane. You know, the first time I did this on my main, probably around 2 years ago, I wasn't a big fan of it. I died a lot. I took a lot of unnecessary hits. At the very least, I've shown that I've gotten better at this game. They haven't even finished their squats. Nothing like a few hundred squats to limber up before smithing. I hate to break it to you. That should do it. I'm warmed up and ready to go hunting. It's a wonder you ever get anything done. Ah, Foxy, I thought you'd already left. With my preparations complete, you'll need to work fast if you mean to beat me. You've only finished preparing? What is that? Another monster in need of slaying? I'm no meowster, you brute. I'm Foxy's faithful and dependable Palico. Palico? My apologies. If you're as dependable as you are adorable, I've no doubt she values your companionship. But let's return to the matter at hand, shall we? Foxy, are you ready to set out on our hunt for that Rathalos? Yeah, we already did that. You already slain him? I'd expect nothing less from my rival. Indeed, you're every bit the adventurer I imagined you'd be. Suppose that's what we get for that extra set of squats. Tell me, friend, were you able to recover anything from the body? As a matter of fact, she carved a scale off the Rathalos' hide. That's a mighty fine material for smithing. Mind if I have a look? Aye, this is a Wyvern Scale, all right. Light as a feather and tougher than steel. There's still a touch of heat to it, too. If you'd like, I'd be more than willing to fashion you some armor with it. I'll need some more than a single scale, of course. You'll find no better mail than that forged with Rathalos scales. What do you say? Sure. Oh, Foxy, I can't thank you enough for your help in slaying that Rathalos. If you plan to go hunting again, don't hesitate to call. We'll show those meowsters what for. Well, I don't think I plan on going hunting. You can now trade Rathalos scales to the smithy in exchange for various goods. Rathalos scales can be obtained by defeating Rathalos in the Great Hunt. So in other words, what we just did. Now, I'm assuming this is for the extreme version, so we're not going to fuck with that. Ah, Foxy, good to see you. You got any more scales for me? Now, here's what you can get. MF, I don't know. Oh, let's go to Paladin. Can't see it. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a... Shut up, phone. There's a male and a female version. I see. I don't see why. That looks kind of neat. How about the armor itself? It looks okay. Oh my god. It's a thong. It's an actual thong. How about the shoes? Shoes look pretty cool. There's also an augmented version, which probably is just stats. Yeah, so in all honesty, I'm not that big into it. Okay, yeah, so this quest is just for the extreme version of this, and we're not gonna do it. Also, you may have seen in that cutscene, that big old airship out there, the big, beautiful thing. We are not going to worry about that right now. That is for another set of quests that we'll be doing eventually. So we're going to, first, go ahead and get our beautiful, beautiful little Palico. And since Hildebrand did not react to Gigi like the heartless motherfucker he is, we're going to instead summon the Palico because it's adorable. And the Palico will accompany us on our adventures for the time being. Now, on to the next quest. Alright, East Aldenard Trading Company Associate. Foxy Games? Oh, thank heavens, I'm in dire need of a capable adventurer and I can think of none better. Local officials have been working desperately to keep this confidential, but there is trouble in Kugane Castle. It's been overrun by a band of outlaws. What's more, they've taken hostages, a number of nobles along with the Bugyo, Kugane's highest magistrate. They're demanding the country's borders be closed off, insisting Kugane's efforts to re-establish ties with other countries is folly. Why, if they had their way, I imagine foreigners, or Ijin as they call them, would never set foot here ever again. Under normal circumstances, the Seki Segumi would have taken steps to immediately resolve this crisis, but they dare not do anything to put the Bugyo at greater risk. To proceed would require a decree from the Bakufu, yet I fear there is no time to send an envoy to the royal capital and back. Nevertheless, they have done their due diligence and delivered a missive. While waiting for a response, they've also called upon the East Aldenard Trading Company in an attempt to potentially expedite the rescue of the hostages. As to why they would go out of their way to contact us, well, one of the captives is from Ulda. It goes without saying the repercussions of a foreign dignitary coming to harm would be dire. Because the Seki Segumi cannot yet act in an official capacity, they have asked for my assistance in assembling a small contingent to infiltrate the castle. If you would join our cause, make for the aqueducts in the Rakuza district. There's a hidden passage leading into the castle kept under guard by the Seki Segumi. Tell them I sent you, they will explain what you must do. Well, this all sounds rather serious, so let's head on over to the Rakuza district. And back to the waterways, a place that we're quite familiar with now after our little misadventure with Hildebrand. You were sent by the East Aldenard Trading Company, and there is still a chance. Permit me to apprise you of the situation. The castle is presently held by a group of criminals under the leadership of a merchant named Kageyama. We believe his demands to close off our borders, as ludicrous as this seems, are a vain attempt to eliminate what he sees as a threat from foreign businesses. If it were only him and his cohorts, I am quite confident my men and I could easily rout them on our own. The problem, however, is his bodyguard. Our informant tells us he is a swordsman of great renown in the Hingan underworld. He demands exorbitant sums of money, defending his clients with seemingly inhuman displays of strength and skill commensurate with the price he is paid. Your task will be to contend with Kageyama and his hired blade in the heart of the castle. With all eyes focused on you, they will fail to notice my men's intrusion to rescue the hostages. It shames me to ask this of a civilian, but if we are to save these people, I can see no other way. Kugane Castle is now accessible. In we go for great justice. Welcome to Kugane Castle. Alright, let's do this. Got some sneaky boys in here. Now, these big guys cleave, so you want to point them away. Otherwise, it's just like any other dungeon. We've got ninjas. Believe it. Here comes some more. I actually really love the music here. It's pretty great. First boss. He's pretty simplistic. Kenki release is going to be room wide. There are also bombs in the room that need to be killed. Very good. And stay out of their blast radius. Oh god. That guy's getting fucked. Bring him back to the center. I think I was a bit late on that Sheltron, but oh well. Okay, more bombs. Best thing to do is pull these together, which the group has not done. Oh, bother. Okay. This is gonna be our only safe spot, rather. Dear God, this guy's name is Sire Strong Nipples. That's terrible. Alright, onward we go. Another gear that we can use here. Everybody's through? Yes. And who will come out to greet us? Some ninjas. Some very tall ninjas. Keep moving. We will want to kill this summoner first. And I think he managed to get his cast off. Nope, doesn't look like it. What we got here? Nothing I can use. Oh, this group is fantastic. Let's go ahead and nab that. I know the summoner somehow managed to get his summon off, even though he was dead. Unless I'm mistaken. I mean, I must be. I got it off. Oh good, more summoners. We want to kill these guys as quickly as possible. Managed to get one. Why? Fantastic. Next boss. Alright. This guy's pretty basic. Dodge the stuff he puts on the ground, and when he summons ads, you kill them. Like these guys. Because on top of throwing out large column AoEs, they will also eventually explode. What good ad doesn't explode? We do get a little tricksy, but nothing too bad. And before you know it, the boss is dead. Still more stuff I can't use. I would say I can use that, but it's lower item level than the stuff that I've got. I did do a little bit of gearing up off camera, which is why I'm level 74. Oh good, a suicide bomb. I'm gonna have to change the button for that. You might be wondering where these Tengu came from. We've never seen them anywhere else in the game, and as far as I'm aware, we don't see them anywhere else. Ever. So, apparently Tengu are like a mysterious beast tribe that we've yet to meet and never will. Ring. Don't need that. Let's go. We've got ads. This thing needs to fucking die. Holy fuck. Oh, there was another bomb. That's why it disappeared. Can I have this group for every dungeon I run? These guys are great. Here we go. The final encounter. And it's a familiar face, as it turns out. You've done well to make it this far, but I'm afraid your journey ends here. Come, Yojimbo, we have visitors. It's Jim. Now, does he recognize us from the Hildebrand quests? Probably not. I don't think they're that clever about it. Now, my takeaway is this, that the Yojimbo that we see in the Hildebrand quests is just a fraud. I want them dead, you hear me? Dead! If you desire my strength, you must pay the price. More gold? But I've already... Fine, just take care of them. Come, Daigoro, it is time to collect what is ours. Alright, Yojimbo's going to throw out piles of gold. Collect them all before the dog goes and gets them. And don't be in the way of Daigoro when he jumps. Back, Daigoro! Yeah. So he doesn't recognize us because it wasn't the same Yojimbo. That was just Gilgamesh in disguise. So yeah, basically, he won't put in any effort if he does not get paid more. Okay, get out of the middle. And then get back in. And one more round. Ow. Big Goro bopped me a little bit. Ah, good. The others are on top of the money. Oh, I think he managed to get some money. Nope, he didn't. Oh, I apparently got something. I didn't want that gear. Nobody's gonna limit break? Oh well. Your coffers appear empty, Kageyama. If you cannot pay my price, then I am finished here. Just leaves. And without his brigands to defend him, Kageyama surrenders. Oh, I guess the rest just left and stuck me with whatever garbage was in here. Well, let's at least look at it. Alright, that's pretty fancy and cool. I kinda like it. Best party I've had in a minute, this guy says. And you know what? You know what? I agree. These guys were fantastic. I should smack you upside that gross fucking head of yours. Any stuff that I got worth equipping? That's a big ol' nope. Alright. Here we go. Well, that's that. Let's head on back and finish up this quest. Hello, friend. We did the thing. I heard the news. Well done, good lady. Well done indeed. You'll be rewarded handsomely for your part in this. As you no doubt already guessed, Kageyama has been apprehended. His bodyguard, however, is nowhere to be found. I suppose in the end his loyalty laid only with Kageyama's coin. At any rate, the magistrate is safe as well as the Uldan. What's this? Ah, I was not expecting to find you as well. Lady Lilyju wished to thank you both personally for your assistance. In light of all that has happened, I thought it only proper she have an escort. Aw, she's adorable. So you are the great adventurer who risked life and limb to save us. Uncle Lolorito has told me so much about you. Uncle Lolorito, oh dear. Hearing of your daring deeds was inspiring, so much so I decided to set out on an adventure of my very own. I've taken to writing travel literature, you see, and someday the whole of Eorzea will have the chance to read of my journeys across the realm. Yet never in my wildest dreams did I imagine my yearning to experience new cultures and customs would take such a terrible turn. Words fail to express my gratitude. Miss Lilyju, we were quite fortunate that she was here to assist in your rescue, but it would be folly to assume fortune will always smile upon you so. Your uncle is worried sick about you besides. Will you not consider returning home? There's so much I have yet to see, yet to do. If I were to leave now, I would have naught but this horrible story of kidnapping to fill the pages of my journal. It would be irresponsible of me to give my readers the impression that Hingashi is a land of savages unfit for traveling. As you might recall, there was a rather nasty incident in Ul'dah that even our dear adventurer friend here was helpless to resolve. Surely you would not wish that to be the only tale of Ul'dah to be told here in Kugane? What incident is she referring to? Unless she's talking about the bloody banquet. Alright, you've made your point. But why have you come all this way alone? Uncle Lolorito tries to keep me from harm, but he has only succeeded in smothering me. I tire of being constantly coddled. That is why I left, to prove to him and myself that I am perfectly capable of being on my own. If I know my uncle, he has likely requested you hire guards for me whether I choose to return or not. Well, tell him I refuse. Very well. Might I ask, then, that you pay me a visit when your journey has ended? Lolorito is not the only one who worries for your safety, after all. Yes, of course. I will be sure to bring many souvenirs and tales of adventures to share with you. At last my journey continues. Though there is still much of the world for me to experience, I suspect meeting the Warrior of Light will be one of the high points of my writings. You're a lot nicer than your uncle, that's for sure. And well, I believe we have time for one more dungeon, don't you? Let's go and find one. Alright, back in Relger's Reach we are, and we have no shortage of quests here, to be honest, but we're going to start with this one. To kill a girl. Ah, Foxy, just the woman I was looking for. As you may know, Relger's Reach used to be a pilgrimage site for the followers of the Fists of Relger. Atop the mountains lie the remnants of the Temple of the Fist, which was once the center for their religion. It was filled with monks training their minds and bodies to right up until the Mad King Theodoric decided to raise the temple. Curiously enough, a young lady recently approached me saying she wishes to explore the ruins herself. I immediately turned down her request, knowing that she alone could not survive the route to the ruins, but then I thought of you. I am positive that you are strong enough to protect her while she explores. The girl's name is Marjorie. If you're willing to help, seek her out by the doors which lead to the temple. I imagine she is still there, pestering Hrotmar to let her in. Well, let's at least go and hear her out. We'll speak with Biggs and Wedge at a later time. They have some equally important things to tell us, but for now, let's talk about this Temple of the Fist. Ah, here they are. The path ahead leads to the Temple of the Fist, and it is my duty to ensure that only those of sound body and mind are permitted to pass. Are you also interested in exploring the Temple of the Fist? I never dreamed I would meet a fellow enthusiast. I first learned of monks when I attended a lecture given by a historian named Eric. Ever since then, I have continued to be fascinated by their creed and approach to life. I thought I would come and pay a visit to the site of their most revered temple, now that the Empire has been driven out of the region. The only issue is this man will not let me pass. The monks use the path to the temple to train. It is filled with all kinds of traps and obstacles that cannot be overcome by just anyone. It is precisely those traps and obstacles that I wish to study. Everything I have read states that those who are able to reach the temple will come face to face with a monk of legend. Does that not pique your curiosity in the slightest? Who knows what kind of lessons one could learn from a monk that has mastered their art? You wish to know, don't you, adventurer? You are the one who helped the Resistance defeat Xenosia Galvis? Well, you should be more than capable of handling whatever the temple has to throw at you then. In fact, if you are truly keen to explore what lies beyond these doors, would you mind if I join you? I am fairly familiar with the layout of the temple grounds from the reading I've done. I know I can be of help. Oh, please take me with you. Alright, we'll take you. I cannot wait to walk upon the very grounds where so many monks train tirelessly, and that is not to mention the monk of legend who awaits us in the Closed Fist. Well, I suppose we have no choice then. To the Temple of the Fist. Welcome to the Temple of the Fist. Well, we won't exactly be punching things here. But, well... I lost my train of thought. Let's just kill stuff instead. Alright, so basically, for these guys, you want to pull them to the wall. Attacking this moss barrier will spawn more ads. Eventually, anyway. Well, at least it's supposed to. Maybe you had to kill it first. Oh, yes. Oh, there's more shit. Don't touch that. I think we'll leave it at these guys. Ah, here comes some more. On to the first boss. It's a curl. Now, needless to say, with curls you have to watch out for large AoEs. And also curls rarely work alone. Oh yeah, Marjorie is here, spouting off a bunch of facts about curls. Now the thing of it is, once you've killed one of them, the other one gets a large damage buff, so you really want to try and kill them one after the other. Roughly the same time, if possible. Well, we didn't, but it'll be alright. Really, this boss isn't much of anything, to be honest. A stronger warrior I have not seen. Onward, then. Oh yeah, we're right up above Ralga's Reach, by the way. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, these things, they don't actually push you off or anything like that. They look like they're supposed to, but they don't. That's a lot of goblins. We're gonna stop here, because that's a lot of enemies. I don't know why these things are called dancing bears. They don't look like they want to dance. Well, let's grab this. Why not, right? Also, this game's got fucking jokes making us fight these things, you know, right where this big AoE column is. But they ain't shit. And we continue. I'll bet you those are going to come alive. I knew it! It just looked a little too conveniently placed. I haven't done this dungeon in a while, so I actually didn't know that. We'll pull up to the wall here. A lot of stuns going out on the enemies. I like that. Like that a lot. And it's dead. The monks use that golem to test their speed. It's called Arbuda. Oh yeah, this thing... Oh, this thing. This boss is Positionals, the boss fight, and you'll see why. Fourfold shear. That's a tank buster. Okay, fore and aft, you want to be on his sides. Okay. When he uses Killer Instinct, you have to hit the side that's not shielded. Fore and aft again, get on his sides. Damn it, I'm hitting the wrong damn button. Okay, once he uses that, run to the matching symbol or be damaged. Oh yeah, and he continues to use his positionals. Luckily, he doesn't deal a lot of damage. He's just an asshole. Oh yeah, and he's still using fore and aft because he's an asshole. That was actually rather good. Sure was. Oh, somebody else clicked it. Can't use, can't use, can't use, can't use. Well, hey, we did just fine. And then we've got spooky ghosts. Oh yes, don't let those orbs touch you. Otherwise, they explode. Lovely. Hey, you know what? I really like this group. I think I already said that, but it's never too much. You know, I know throughout this playthrough, I've gone both ways in that sort of thing. Just the amount of hate that I poured out for certain kinds of people who play this game and things like that. But you know, I like to put out a lot of positivity as well. It just so happens that the unfortunate thing is, when people are learning, they don't always do their best. And then you get a lot of impatient people who like to pull ahead of the tank and shit. Those people still suck. But this group's doing none of that. This group is fucking great. Alright. And here we are. This is a rather, oh wait, this isn't the boss arena. I was gonna say this is a rather quick dungeon, but it's actually not. I'm also pleased to say that another friend of mine is now trying the trial, which is great. You know, Square Enix, they knew what they were doing. Uh-oh, here we go. Well, well, well. Ivan Curlfist himself comes to greet us. Let's do it. Hurricane kick. Oh, I'm standing in that stupid tornado, and so are they. Get out of there, dude. Come over here. Oh god. Well, that's a familiar thing, isn't it? Our good friend Greg loved to use that ability. Oh yeah. Stay far away from that. Run around and grab all the orbs before he has a chance to grab them. Oh, I'm used that at the wrong fucking time. Oh well. And it's really nothing. Here comes some more dragon heads. Ow. I guess I poked one. Now I'll move him away from the tornado once again. And down he goes. And that is the Temple of the Fist. Quickly do that. What do we got? Can't use. And we've seen this before. We're not going to take it. And I got 3 commends. That's awesome. Thank you. I too am most eager to hear just what went on in the Closed Fist. You fought with Ivan Curlfist? I've read that he honed his martial prowess by wandering the mountains, fighting all the curls he could find. They say he took the creature's movements for his own, devising a style of fighting like no other. To think he had been waiting there all this time for a new challenger. I mean, he was a ghost. My mind is made up. I, too, will become a monk. Oh, jeez. Hearing your story, I realize I must meet Ivan Curlfist myself. I will need to strengthen both my body and mind to have any chance of reaching him. And I plan to start by working on my mind. There is still much I need to read about the monks and their religion. Or perhaps I would be better served by searching for a local that is versed in the Fist of Ralgr. Well, I would recommend Hildebrand, but... allow me to thank you. I would not have awoken to my true calling had you not shown me the temple ruins. The next time our paths cross, I imagine I will look somewhat different. Until then. Good luck with that. I can definitely say I've never met a monk quite like her. It will be interesting to see just how far she's able to go. That's for sure. Well, another dungeon down. We still have more to do, but we will continue with the dungeons in the next episode. We got a bunch done today. There's still more to go, but I'm confident that we'll get it all done in good order. So, in the meantime, my name is Foxy Games, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.